Opie Bosson joins us from New Zealand. Opie, of course, New Zealand's premier jockey down there. Opie, thanks so much for giving us your time today, mate, just to have a bit of a chat about the New Zealand Derby coming up on March 4th. You've been riding well this season, mate. How you been going?
Yeah, been going really well. Currently third on the premiership, and I had a 7 week suspension, so I was in front until I got that. But no, getting a few Group 1 winners as well, so the season's going really well.
Yeah, perfect, mate, perfect. I just have a quick chat to you about the upcoming New Zealand Derby. Of course, you've had two winners, is that right, Opie, in the Derby? Mongolian Calm back in 2015, and of course Ginger Nuts a couple of years after that.
Yeah, I've had quite a few rides in it, but I'm lucky enough to get two winners.
Yeah, it's not the easiest of races to win, especially derbies, of course. Any derbies across the ditch? Did you ride over there? Any derby winners in Australia?
Yeah, I've won the Sydney Derby twice on Mongolian Khan and Quick Thinker for Murray Baker.
Great, mate. So yeah, we couldn't think of anyone else better to get on to have a chat about the derby coming up. It looks like a race this year. Just looking at the form, there is one horse standing out. It's quite obvious to everyone is the Team Rogerson horse, son of Redwood, Sharp and Smart. He's been pretty impressive this season. He is the standout horse to beat this year, you think, Opie?
He is. He's a standout by far. He's already run second in a Derby in Victoria, and he's come back this time in a bigger and stronger horse. And he runs second in a Group 1 against older horses first up, and then second up won our biggest weight for age race in New Zealand, beating the older horses.
Yeah, and of course, when horses travel, especially as young horses, and then return back to their homeland, they seem to get better and better, don't they? So he's ticking quite a few boxes leading up to the big event. The Derby's normally held at Ellerslie, but this year Ellerslie's undergoing renovations, some track work and everything going on up there. It's going to be held at Te Rapa, mate. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's Te Rapa. Te Rapa's a nice big track, and all runners seem to get their chance. Nice long run out of the straight, run to the straight first corner anyway. So everyone should get a nice posse before they have to start turning.
Mate, barrier draws win races, as you know better than anyone. How important are barriers for this big race, or isn't it as important in these type of staying races?
I think it's quite important if you just want to get some horses just want them to switch off. So to get cover a little bit early and not having to use too much petrol early in the race gives you more chance to have something to finish over top of them in the home straight.
Right, mate. We appreciate that. And of course, of your ride, have you selected your ride coming up for the Derby as yet, or are you still processing?
Well, I'm waiting on a horse called Dynastic. He's running this weekend. I'm suspended, so I'm not riding him. But he ran a nice race for fifth last start in the Waikato Guineas on a track that didn't suit him. So hopefully going on to a better track, and the 2400 metres should suit.
Yeah, I did watch that run. He had a pretty good run in transit, probably albeit not on the right part of the track that day. It was cutting up a little bit, but he got out in the home straight and looked to make a real good run at them. And he did look a little bit dour coming down the run. And you think that's going to suit him, that longer trip, obviously?
I think it is, he usually shows a little bit of a turn of foot, but I think just the wet ground probably took that out of him. So, but hopefully going on back onto a good track, he'll show that.
Right, mate. And there was one other horse we'll have a quick chat about. I know you're not riding the horse, but the filly might be entered in the race, Prowess. She obviously looks a standout filly over there this season as well. If she goes that way, is she the type of horse that can challenge at the top horses like Dynastic and Sharp and Smart, do you think?
Yeah, she's very smart. She's got tactical speed as well, so she can put herself in the race, and she seems to switch off nicely. She's very impressive last time against the fillies, but if they head that way to the Derby, she's going to be very hard to beat.
Mate, we appreciate that. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time today to talk about a little bit about the New Zealand Derby, some of the chances there. Of course, you always rise to the occasion on these Premier days. No doubt you'll have a full book of rides. We'll be watching with great interest, mate, and we thank you so much for your time up here in Hong Kong.
No, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much, Opie.
Cheers.